Let's bring in New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill, who's joining us by phone now. Governor, thank you so much for making time for us. We hope you and your residents are all staying safe and staying warm. You say the forecast actually worsened overnight there in New Jersey. The expectation was blizzard conditions in all 21 counties. Is that what you're seeing?
We have certainly seen blizzard conditions throughout New Jersey, about a foot of snow just about everywhere. Freehold, unfortunately, just hit 2 feet. Perth, Amboy will be right behind them. We still have snow falling throughout the state. So this is, the first snowstorm we had less than a month ago was the worst storm in a decade. This is a generational storm. This is something different, and we haven't seen anything even close to this since '96. So people are hard at work. We've had the plows out. We've had salting out. We've got down to pavement on the turnpike. We're still working on the Garden State south of the Driscoll Bridge, so that's around that Perth Amboy area as the snow is still coming down. As anticipated, unfortunately, this is a heavy, wet snow with incredibly high winds, so we're seeing trees and branches come down. It's why I extended the state of emergency until noon today because of these whiteout conditions, because of branches coming down. It's also impacted utilities. So we have quite a few people still without power. The utility workers, we had about over 5,000 on the ground before the storm even started. The public utility companies had pulled in everyone to be on standby, and certainly we've needed that as they've worked incredibly hard to get people's service back on. Over 130,000 people have had their service already returned despite the really horrible conditions. And, as we've had these public workers working throughout the night, I was it really meant a lot because they wanted to pass on to the people of New Jersey. Even though they're working incredibly hard for all of us, what they wanted to say was thank you to people for staying off the roads. It made their incredibly hard job just a little bit easier as they were trying to take care of people here around the state.
So you extended the travel ban until noon today. Do you anticipate having to extend it further? And can you give any update on when trains might be moving again, especially knowing there's so many commuters that rely on those trains?
Exactly. So we are in constant contact with all the emergency workers. Part of our emergency group that we've been meeting with really for days now to prepare for this includes New Jersey Transit. And what I'm hearing from them is that there are still some power outages along the line. They are working to address those right away. And then both working to dig out, make sure the rail is dug out, but also then trying to understand how workers are going to get to work right now, because as you know, many of the municipalities, some of these back roads are still under a foot or more of snow, and the snow is still falling. So we're digging out as we still have snow coming down. So I'm in close contact with them. I'll continue to push out updates. We'll get that up and running as quickly as possible. But it is going to be a tough job to get everybody back to work, get that dug out, and then make sure that it's clear of branches and trees as well.
You called this a generational storm. Have you had any coordination with federal officials and FEMA on the response?
That's a great question, because I also want to thank our DHS workers. So we have FEMA embedded in our emergency services here in New Jersey. And remember, because of the failures at the federal government level with this administration not being able to keep the government open, those federal workers are working now without pay. So here you have one of the most complicated, difficult storms to deal with. They are dealing with it. They are working closely with New Jersey, and they're doing so without pay. So I just want to thank them as well.
Yeah, definitely. We salute those federal workers who are continuing to work to keep us safe. What do you want people to do, or what should they know if they're in a situation where they're snowed in, maybe without power in some cases, and maybe wondering how to check on their loved ones who may be stranded without power?
If you don't have power, hopefully we were trying to get everyone to charge all their devices. So please make sure you've reported that, because the sooner that's reported, the better able we are to surge resources there. If you have concerns about loved ones, certainly call to your emergency service workers. Call 911 if you have grave concerns. And then for more understanding of the storm or more information on the storm, go to ready.nj.gov. That's ready.nj.gov to check in on roadways, emergency services, warming centers, etc. That's the best place where we're pushing out information.
New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill, again, thank you so much for making time to share that important information with all of our viewers. We wish you and everybody there in New Jersey safety and good luck with the efforts to keep people there safe and get things moving again. Appreciate it.